Ever wondered what makes TV so powerful in Jamaica? Time to find out. Welcome to Global TV Group 358, where television meets innovation. We're not just about shows, we're about shaping society. In Jamaica, TV keeps you informed, connects diverse voices, and supports democracy. Imagine a Jamaica where broadcasters unite, sharing data and collaborating globally. That's us, a unified voice in the TV industry. Did you know TV advertising is still king? It drives website traffic, boosts brand equity, and powers integrated campaigns. Even in an age of digital, TV stands strong, resilient in tough times. Our global TV deck is your treasure trove of insights and data. With charts, graphs, and success stories, it's your guide to impactful TV advertising. Curious to learn more? Visit our website and see how Global TV Group 358 keeps television at the heart of entertainment in Jamaica. Get ready to binge watch the future.
Why and give your face a rest. Wave your hand to the one who love express. Then shake hands with those nearby and greet them with a smile. Alright, me see your smile. I want your teeth to drop out. Oh yo yo yo. Oh yo 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 yo. Oh, yo, 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 yo. Oh. Hold on. Gonna be there, you have to take time with them. Remember them bar close come a dead yard. So them can't rock too much, so them can't Scooby-Doo. Cause the top come off them in a problem tonight. So I want you to take your time. Oh, yo, 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 yo. Oh, yo, 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 yo. Oh, yo, 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 yo. Give me a high five, baby. Oh. Why, yo, yo, yo. Why, yo, yo, yo. Oh, yo, 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 yo. Lord Jesus, hello. 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 Send them a people. Good morning. Hello. 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 Portland. St. Mary. Hanover. New York. Hello. 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 Florida. Wisconsin. Mississippi. St. Elizabeth. Hello. Roll over. Watch this. I want you to wave your hand so in a dead yard. Then I people wave your hand. Hello. Hello. Yes, hello. If I 1 o'clock, we go on Mount Zion. If I 2 o'clock, we go on Mount Zion. Singing holy, 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 What's the no? If I 1 o'clock, we go on Mount Zion. If I 2 o'clock, we go on Mount Zion. Singing holy, holy,
Good morning and welcome to the Moral Brigade. What a way to start the Sunday morning. The round table has sat. The pedophile grooming, money grabbing church. The corrupt money stealing political class. And of course, the violent pushing misogynist entertainment industry. All caught up in a squabble for morals. Good morning and welcome to Global Television. It is a Sunday morning. Thank you all for joining us. I have been dodging this subject, I must say. Spice ain't my cup of tea when it comes to the entertainment industry. But there's a moral war. A moral war that is almost spilling over in injustice. And I have to enter the race. But first, let me make this disclaimer. I do not like Spice. I can't stand her. I think Spice and Vegas as entertainers and celebrity are too cheap and tacky. So I'm not here to defend Spice or to defend anyone. It's just biting off my chunk of the meat. To my community of party and all my family members, platform moderators, membership holders, viewers, subscribers, commenters, and trolls, good morning and welcome. Beat and Teach, good morning. Happy Sunday to you all. Good morning, good morning. RJ, Nin Miles, Violet Watson, Sharon Bernard, good morning. Good morning, Grace Linton, Sheena Kelly, Miranda Roddock, Empress Deb. Wagwan Karen, Wagwan bro, you alright? Joan Darkits, good morning, good morning. Miranda Roddock, Jane, Yvonne Bradford, Christine Gilbert. Morning all, let me see who is on TikTok here this morning. Patrice, Donna House of Beauty. April Rain, Stacy, One, Danny Reed. Good morning, all, and welcome. Now, I've made my disclaimer. Spice ain't my cup of tea. I think Spice and Vegas are very cheap and tacky. Doesn't mean when it comes to injustice, Kimon Green, I cannot speak. Abina Sarkodie, good morning. As it is a war of morals, me no men have no morals already. Put that aside. But I want you to bear the analogy of the sponge ball in your hand being thrown to the wall at different speed and energy, if you want to call it that, Carl Roberts. But let me clear up some word confusion before we go forward. To the pastor who calls Spice describe Spice as being promiscuous. It's the wrong word used. Pastor, the word you might be looking for is vulgarity. Because the conclusion of promiscuity, Pastor, you would have to explain to us how you get to that. You'd have to explain to us, so you know her as a go-go, you know her as a community bike, you know her as a community standpipe servicer, and all that jazz. So your wording is dunce, Pastor, and wrong when you use the word promiscuity to describe her. You were rather looking for the word vulgarity. So I think we settle on that part of it. Daphne Jackson, real sweet. No, yesterday when I did that program on wholeness, and wholeness was talking about making his threat to the returnees from the United States, and he uses the word interdicted, and I said it was the wrong word used, which is the wrong word. Some people are confused of the word interdicted and indicted, or interdict and indict. Now, first, when you have confusion of words, you are to be aware of the meaning of them if they are contradictory words. When the Prime Minister spoke, and said interdicted, he was speaking of people who has been accused, tried, and convicted of crimes that are being returned to Jamaica. Thus, he used the wrong word then. Interdicted means to remove or prohibit or that sort, to prohibit someone or something. Indicted means to accuse and charge someone. So that's why the Prime Minister use of the word interdicted was wrong. He ought to have used indicted based on the context of what he was speaking about. You know, I said always the context matters. So in the context of what the Prime Minister was speaking of, the word he was looking for is indicted, not interdicted. Georgiana C., good morning. Georgina, rather. How you do? Morning and welcome. So, I hope the word indicted and interdicted is cleared up. Murder! Who if it start pan? Who if it start pan? Well, the round table has sat. Let's listen to the round table before I waddle away at them. This part is just Spice making her argument. That's the bit I'm going to play for you. You must all be aware by now of that debacle where Spice was to do a school tour and the pastor object to it based on the fact may I run left on now later. All right, beat and teach. Thanks, later. Based on the fact of her music and one could argue vulgar behavior in the entertainment industry and how she perform and behave on stage. That type of performance and behavior is not really new in the entertainment. Is there moral context attached to it? The sponge ball effect applies. How hard you throw the sponge ball to the wall. Is how far that sponge ball might bump off. See moral in that context. Pressure and weight applied. Let us listen to the round table.
Accusations about me, and he said that I was
Why is it
promiscuous.
so low?
Now, when I look at that word means a woman that sleeps around with more than one man. I've only have two public relationships in my entire life. I'm 42 years old. So that is very wrong when a pastor is coming from his mouth to say those things about me. Now, when you read your speech, you said it was when you went on to elaborate and to speak on.
Sorry, people, it's very low.
So it knows, it shows that you do know about it. So that's again what I like. So what I want us to realize here is that we're talking of the issue of school. We're speaking on the issue of school. But I want the church to realize that you cannot do it alone. When you're grooming a child, it takes more than one party to raise the child, which is why the Ministry of Education is saying that they needed to speak to the parents. Because whatever is affecting that child at home affects them in their reality. When they brought the woman to him, that they thought she was selling herself or whatever, and he was the one that replied and said, "Let he that is without sin cast the first stone." So because you use your scripture, I want to use my scripture as well, because I am a woman of God and I read my Bible. And I use all those scriptures and I can continue. I can speak also on David. When Samuel brothers, the father did cast out David and think he was not fit enough because he was dirty and in the field. This is how the church is making me feel, which is why I'm going into the Bible so much to speak on these different issues. Because the church is making me feel like I'm cast out on a side and I'm not good enough to speak to the children. So I'm using all these scriptures so that the church can hear me. When Samuel went to David, house. There was other brothers that was there that was clean and more fitting, and the father thought that those were the brothers that should have become king, and that was the one that Saul should have anointed. But when the father brought these brothers in front of Samuel, God said to Samuel, "No," he rejected them. Those are not the brothers. And so Samuel said, "You must have another child." So there's someone, and the father said, "No, man, he's a little dirty boy. You don't want that one. He's out in the field keeping the sheep." You know what my story is leading to? The church is casting me out. But you're casting me out, not knowing that God can use me to get the message across. Because before I came here, the schools that the Ministry of Education was mentioning was already having zero passes before I said I was going to do a school tour, which means there's a problem that is already existing in the school. So while the church may feel like, oh, it's the church alone, must do this at the church, you don't know how God moves. God moves in mysterious ways. So I am very saddened to know that the church who should have come and joined force with me to go into the school to speak with is casting me aside as like David was casted by in outside when he was doing the sheep. When David was the one and everybody thought it was the other way around. So let me just come out of the Bible a little bit because I was staying there since I'm dealing with the church. Kids, they they learn from influences. That is why when we do the lewd lyrics, we get blamed for the way the kids behave. So if I, as spies, because you say you cannot separate the two, even though when you go on the pulpit and you preach as a preacher, when you're the woman and preach to your kids, then so you go back to being a parent. But you say we cannot separate the two, right? So let us just work with the facts that we cannot separate the two. Let us work with me being an influencer. Who said my lewd lyrics are influencing these children? So why the spice, since I can't be myself and I can't be Grace Hamilton, why the spice that the church feel like is bringing the children astray should not be the same spice to go back and tell them that this is wrong, to say no. Because my tour was not a performance tour, so I'm not sure where we were being misled because the church keeps speaking about the songs that I sing, the lyrics that I sing, the content of my music video. I wasn't showing any music videos, I wasn't performing any songs. You guys are speaking on a song that I have released, and I'm kind of clueless. But you guys said you can't separate the two, which is fine. If Ali Berry, who is an actress, she would come here and wants to go into the school, I'm sure she would not be stopped. Yes, if I turn on my television, she have videos and movies where she performs them on TV. I don't know if I should say the word naked or nude. So I feel like there's a selective outrage coming from the church against me. Because might I also add that I don't need to mention any names, but there have been other of my peers that has been doing performance.
Good morning and welcome to We Wear the Mask. We grin and bear and laugh. It is a poem by Dr. Maya Angelou. The poem goes back further, but she institutionalized that poem. We wear the mask. We grin and bear and laugh. Who me fi start on this morning? Raymond G, the whole of them must have said this youth don't know how to rest. Because yesterday me say me rest, me come out. Today me say me rest, me come out. Who me fi start on first? Because these are all my worst at its point. You have politics and the church together, which is my most hated flock. You have the entertainment industry. On the other hand, you have education, which is a passion of mine, but it's also a distortion in society, a tool for brainwashing. Cheryl say me fi talk on the church first. Say me say fi talk on the church first. Judgment this morning, you know, church. Because we are going to throw the sponge ball. And we're going to see how far off the wall the morals of the church bounces. Them run come out. Spice, we me not like neither. But I can't stand neither. Me not take no golden shower. It's quite an explicit sexual act. I was horrified when I see Spice and her daughter having her daughter mime that sexual explicitity on the internet. Put that aside, make we talk upon the church first. Make we talk upon the church first. The church and the moral. The Center for Pedophilia. The Church of England, groomed by the Roman Catholic, who gave the Christian religious and the King James of England and Scotland Bible of 1611 to us, is speaking about morals. The Center for Pedophilia, the worshippers of Satan, is talking about morals. Adventist pastor, which I know well, they struggle to keep their zip up. The Catholic pastor, you dare not take your eye, the Catholic pastor and the Anglican pastors, you dare not take your eyes off your children. Dirty church! Do you remember a story of Mr. Messam? Church, do you remember the clergyman, Mr. Messam? That Messam who abused money Baines right behind the pulpit. I never hear the morals of the church. It was one of your pastor the other day over the gully sexually abusing a mental challenge man. Oops, the church never heard it. Sexual abuse in the schools by teachers. We see it many times in the media. Oh, we never heard the church. Freedom of expression debacle in the schools. Oh, you have not heard the pedophile, sexual grooming, sexual abuse in clergy. And come out to come talk about spice. You offering grabbing whores. You prostitute your audience at the altar. Demons unable to keep your zips up. You revival pastors and Anglican and Catholic pastors leave the young children alone, the young boys. The church have no moral to speak about any bullshit in society until this bullshit of a church can clean up their act on their disgraceful altar before they come talk about anybody else. Everybody knows say, Spice say, skin out me pum pum. She say it. Lady Saw say it. She's on the pulpit too. You see this one-eyed God and this tribalized God. This God who say, come as you are. Him say, don't come if you say skin out your pum pum, or don't come if you say me not take no golden shower. Of course, Spice is disgraceful and vulgar. Lady Saw is disgraceful and vulgar. I love Lady Saw to bit. I don't like Spice though. I'm entitled to that. This dirty old Satanist environment, these old offering grabbing robbers, these old pedophiles and sexual abusers in the name of God and the church have no right to speak about moral. Let somebody else speak. Let somebody else speak about moral. Not uno. Uno bunch of dog shit. Uno offering grabbers. Uno child fondlers. Uno will take with money and buy jewelry with big house, private jet and rent a car. And private jet and all those fuckeries. And uno have the right to come out here and talk about morals. And never see a day when the pastor over the gully abused the madman. Dirty church. Dirty attention grabbing pastor. Yes, or not the right place to come look attention, sir. We will drag you down. You don't have no moral. They come talk about Spice. What Spice I do? The older we say and the older we know. In a public she do it. What about Uno behind the vestry? We don't pocket the offering. We don't abuse little boy and little girls. We don't commit fornication and adultery within the church sister. Them dirty pastors. Who not talk to? Who the church is speaking to? The church must butt out. I'm not done with you yet, church.
and gentlemen, I think I found my wife.
Running a local business without healthy boundaries can compromise your physical and mental health. Stop eating sausages.
Don't take my words for it. Look into history. The church has always been a criminal organization from it entered Africa, and we refuse to accept the missionary advances of their religion. They turn the sword and the guns at us. Religion in the West was given to us by the Church of England via the Catholics. The Church of England, not my words, theirs, were complicit. No matter what religion you say we have in the West, it's given to us by the Roman Catholic and the Church of England in their version. The church has always been complicit in crimes. The land that the state of England, the crown, holds in Jamaica, held by the church and still does for the crown. That church who abuses, steal, and rob, this church who committed the worst crime in humanity by instituting what we call brainwashing, the changing of a people's name, God, and culture. Yes, that bastardized thing you call religion. You all have no right to speak. You all have no moral. We know you as criminal, rapists and robbers and pedophiles. That's what we know the church to be. How dare the church come out here and speak about morals? You have no right. When Messam raped Monique multiple times in the church, Messam, who is a school principal, if Messam is in the school, White Spice cannot go there and speak to them. Half the time, angel walk around, the angel walk around. You see the older angel grind side and pubic hair out a road. Angel go talk to them and perform for them as well. She may not nasty and disgraceful and vulgar like Spice, but she enjoy nakedness as well. Moral is a sponge ball. How far it bounces, how hard you throw it to the wall. The church and politics. Small Dick Dr. Tufton, the criminal, the baby killer, the bad rice importer. You never see when him that school and hug up the picnic them. There's no moral outrage about a thieving, baby killing politician, about a man with a sexual demons. The dung in your throat, doctor? Oh, not a problem about that. When Coburn Gardens Junior and primary that I called out the other day, when you find out say Mr. Mignat a carry man pan the compound at night time come harbor, and it costs an almost death and the man car stolen, which Mr. Mignat appeared to be involved in the setup. Shh, everybody was quiet. There was nothing immoral about that, was it? These very politicians who the church say every day will rape and rob the country. These very politicians who place guns into the hands of young men rather than invest in their education. Oh, the church, the demon of an entity called religion and the church, and their pedophile, sex abusing pastors. Not a soul hear a thing. The entertainment industry has always been promoting violence and misogyny. Where was the church? Oh no, because the church itself is a misogynic patriarchal institution that held back and discriminate against women, objectify and sexualize women. This dirty church. No, real sweet, it's about the kids. It's about the kids. If politicians can't go speak to them, on one side of entertainer where we see our pubic hair and our grind side every day, can't go talk to them. Why the one we skin out our pum pum and go up on our head tap and shake it all about nothing go as well? Moral. If we're speaking about moral, none of us are clean enough to. I would prefer allow a child to go into a building with spice than I would allow a child to go into a building with a pastor or a politician. The pastor is going to try to abuse or rape that child. The politician may likely to put a gun into that child's hand. Spice might tell them, don't make nobody piss over you for a sexual explicit enjoyment. I know which one, even though I rather none, but I know which one I would allow near a child. Because the whole of them, both the entertainment industry, the religion and church and clergy, the politicians who underinvest in education and public services, but invest more in guns and paying gangs to keep their territory and recruiting these same young children. The reason why this has got into a spot is because the pastor introduced moral. The pastor should have keep out of it. The pastor, the church should have keep out of it. There's a violence in our school for a long time where we are called upon the church for help. If spice see it necessary to help, the all hands on deck approach matters. There are children in the ghetto that wouldn't listen to a politician or wouldn't listen to a vlogger like me, but may would listen to an entertainer like Spice. If a debate is guarded and protected, it doesn't mean, sir, because my moral may be shady, that I can't talk about something on principle. The church had no right to intervene. The church is one of the biggest problems amongst us. The church is what keeps us in docility. The school have a duty for safeguarding as we all said. But we cannot, even parents cannot, in this age, stop them children from listening to the online influence of Spice. There are children who adore her and look up to her just like adults. If she can get through to a few of them, I don't think she should be stopped because she danced on her head top, jiggle herself, and she's vulgar. Why the pastor them never come out with there and say that the image of the church is being tarnished when people like Rydell them get up and behave the way them do in a church, the suck this, the suck that, and the all. The church is a body. We cannot separate. When we're talking about the church and religion, we're talking about them as a body. I'm not separating different religion or different pastor. Me see the whole of them as one. What we need to do is decipher the different type of demons we have around us. Because the church and politics are demons. The education sector is a set of demonology as well. The entertainment sector, they are all demons around us. But how we navigate through this demonic society is how we'll come out on the other side. The church not intervene, because rather than it, how long have we had this violence in school where the church don't never see it necessary to come jump in and intervene? But if you notice, these pastors, missionary, and these social media religious people, only when it's going after entertainment people to get a publicity, they see certain things as moral. Look at how government behaves in our country. Look at the security forces in our country. The church, if they must speak about moral, don't come speak about it half-heartedly. The church have to clean up their disgrace before they come out here, come talk about anything about moral. The church should have never intervened. Neither church, politician, none of them were going to clean. The education system is a mess of its own. And we know how to navigate through a sea of demons. And when we take them too serious, that's where we get swallowed up. Because people like Spice them, I could not come and tell them from day one. Spice and Vegas are people them when me dislike, because in the celebrity spheres, them too common and cheap and tacky and vulgar and dunce. But the pastor have no right to speak. Leave it to we, the public out here, leave it to parents and community to speak, to make an objection to Spice. Don't get it wrong. I'm not arguing that an objection should be made to Spice, but not from the political or the religious class. Make we the hypocrite out here say no. Because the church does not have the moral compass to speak on moral issues. As them say on social media, the church will come down now. The church are rapers, robbers, thieves, and pedophiles. Them will come down now. Them will stop the thieving. Give back the offering and stop tell the lie. The church tell the biggest lie on a day-to-day basis. Because what they tell you, the people, them don't live it and them don't believe it. Because the pastor will preach against adultery and fornication and have off all of the church sister them. And them have off the little boy and little girl them in the church. Uno not on a right to come out here, come talk. Leave it to we. Make we talk. A few societal problem. But uno, we mess up society from slavery to now. Uno not have no right to speak. You demons and pagans. The church must butt out. We know you to be stealing. Continue thief in the name of God. Something and somebody will catch up with you one day. But don't butt in and talk about moral. Like anybody have no respect for no. A dumb and dunce people alone have respect for pastors and church. A dumb and dunce people alone have respect for pastors and church. We have never seen them do anything good other than steal, lie, and molest. Adventist pastor don't know me no well. Me sorry for no zip. If you pull up on the road, it just run down so. We don't can't keep on a zip. When it was just the pastor, male pastor, who took my little male cousin's virginity when them send him to Sabbath church a long time. These low-life demons, them a molest. Long time. I know today, the church not on the right to speak, but not near moral. The church for shut him out and continue to thief. But we're going to continue to fight against son, with the sexual demons and the sexual abuse we want to have in our own. But don't come out here. Come speak like anyone have moral to speak about anything. Spice not have no moral neither. I would prefer though, I would rather allow a child near Spice than allow a child near a pastor or a politician. I'm afraid for see picnic near pastor. Afraid. More than prefer allow a child near Spice than near a pastor. Because I know how it will end up with the pastor. I know the child will scar for him life. Some of them prefer leave him near Spice. Spice language them soon be forgotten. Spice language is not Bob Marley and Marcia Griffiths where it will linger in our brain. It won't. How much people you hear I walk around and sing, me say you can't grind, go down, you can't it. Stop up the meat. Ladies are nasty song them barely in nobody ears or anything these days. Because they were not something to last for a long time. They were something to entertain you in the moment. And this is where we get fucked up with entertainment. We don't know the entertainment that meant to be last for a long time, like the Bob Marleys, the Marcia Griffiths, the Beres Hammond, the Peter Tosh, the Dennis Brown, the Gregory Isaacs, and all of that. Music for a lifetime. Compared to the bullshit of today, that it's about entertainment for the now. There's nothing of teaching or knowledge within them. My people, please, don't make the church come out here, come lecture with. If you want to see my feathers grew tall from my ears, let me hear the church talk. From where they may dodge this subject, you know. But me have to enter it on a Sunday morning to come tell the pedophile, the center of pedophilia, the head of the Church of England, Justin Welby, Where the Jamaica kiss and love on up where they have to step down because of him pedophilia cover up. The Church of England is struggling to find a new leader because all of them are tainted pedophiles or them cover up pedophilia. Kirk Franklin, the religious bike, the whore, the gay prostitute of a Kirk Franklin. A two-time Babsy carry him come to Jamaica where they come introduce homosexuality and transgenderism to know where were the clergy. What did they? Where did they? Murderers. The church have no right to speak. The church must shut up. The church must shut up and go change it pedophile, sex abusing ways. Shut up, church. We don't want to hear robbers and rapers and pedophiles. We don't want to hear We must tell who be and speak to us who is thieves and pedophiles and rapists. If you shut up, I don't like to hear the church speak. If we don't want thief in a silence, go on thief in a silence. We're going to fight against raping loud and proud every day. Don't come out here and speak. The church don't have no moral to speak. You're all thieves and sex abusers and pedophiles. If you come out here, come speak, leave it to us. The people who are fighting for justice, leave it to us. Moral is a sponge ball. Why don't talk about the politician them where put guns in the children them and why the church blind to that? There's a disgraceful debacle in our education system. Why the church, which has held us at gunpoint and been stealing from us for ages, the church been robbing us in the name of God. Why them don't invest in an education, in the social infrastructures into community to try to do something about the violence that has left from our community and is spilling over in our schools, you bloody hypocrites. When the church was raping a madman over the gully where they something where all of us see on video, the church never come out. The church don't want the pedophilia list. The church is probably one of the biggest fighter against the sexual offenders register being published in Jamaica. Because let me tell you something. The clergy, the church will dominate the sexual offenders register if our sexual offenders register is being published. Kenya, don't make me talk about you this morning, Kenya, because it look like you come from either the church, the religion, or somewhere. Don't make me talk about you, Kenya. But I'm going to make you have your free speech because it is something that I wholly believe in. But my sister, you look like the church junk you, Kenya. The church junk you. You want to tell me, say, if you go report the church, them for stealing, who knows the church? It's an open agreement between church and politician for rob, ain't it? Anyway, Kenya, you can't stay there. When you wake up, you wake up. But me now go throw cold water in your face for you wake up. When you wake up to the demon that the church is, the criminal entity that the church and religion is and has always been, Kenya. If you look at our history from slavery to now, the church is complicit and highly involved with the criminality. They have just told us the other day, Kenya, that the Church of England just told us that they make billions from the crimes they committed in slavery. Maybe you should use Google more often. It's not the days when we have to go to library and sit down and read whole day, or we have to borrow many books from the library and lug home with them. And sometimes in cases like mine, who does not return them back to the library because I want to build my own library at home. Most libraries in this country may have hated me because I may have stolen a book from them because I'm a book thief when it comes to that. Before library have security in this country and that barrier where you go to and make beep so you have a book. I used to raid libraries. Raid them. If I go there and I see a book, I pick it up and I bug it and I walk with it. It's a bloody book I wanted to read. What's the problem with that? Ask the Bible about what they stole from us. Ask the Bible and the church, what have they stole from us? Ask the church how they cheated us in Jamaica. Ask the church if they weren't complicit in the slave master tying your mother to the tree and cutting a baby out of them. Ask the church if they were not complicit to your father or your uncle being raped on the politician by these white invaders. Kenya, don't let me start this morning. I will swallow you up if you come here to defend the money-grabbing, misogynistic, pedophile ring of a church. Swallow you up this morning. These murderers. You see, the faster we learn about the church and the politics where we hug up and love to defend, that is only when our freedom, we will start see the emancipation, the mental clarity of the abuse that the church heaped upon us on a day-to-day basis, and how much them turn them blind eye when their counterparts are abusing us, like the politicians and the security forces and, them governments and all that jazz.
Robo shaking die. Let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go. What's that? What's that? Can I do something like this? Yeah, I know more, I know more, I know more.
For all we know, Mr. Messam is still involved in the education system. When that whole debacle break, and it was a long time story, but the story was refreshed by Partner Draw in 2022. Everybody to this day is still silent on the abuse of money beings. Something which happened in your church by one of your very clergymen who is still involved in the education system. A pedophile, Mr. Messam. The pedophile, Mr. Messam. The pedophile, Mr. Messam. The clergyman is still in the education sector. Oh, none of the clergy people not say or hear about it. But you don't come out and talk about spice. You don't come out and talk about spice and not ignore everything what the church fi clear up. One is a disgrace. The world knows someone is a disgrace church. If you turn left or turn right, everybody knows someone a pedophile. Everybody knows someone a thief. Everybody knows someone a liar. Everybody knows someone just a playing a game with the people. Somehow a lot of them don't realize the whole heap of we find on out, but not just a stretch out the game because there's a lot of fool people out there who still are going to offering and still are calling a man of God first lady. What them don't know is that sometimes the first lady is complicit with the pastor where abuse some of these young girls. Like in one case, one first lady and the parent was coercing a child not to testify against a pedophile pastor. You see the one-eye corruption, the one-eye moral, will not only see. No, the golden shower Spice was talking about, Georgina, was in that sexual explicit content, given the context of the song. But me afraid for the children near pastors. Afraid. Because I know pastors have a sexual demons. All I know. Me not put none on water it. Me a generalize up and down the world. Pastors have a sexual demon. The church is a safe haven. Mr. Messam was not charged, Kenya. Mr. Messam, nobody never want to hear the story. The church never spoke about it. The police them no want to hear it because them involved in the abuse against Monique as well. The children homes involved in the abuse. It's not a story when nobody no hear about because partner Jah run it. So it was well publicized. And to date, them not do nothing about Mr. Messam. Mr. Messam have been reported by Monique. Nobody not do anything about it. The church hear about it and them never come out and enter a plea in public. Why you always seek to be defending the church? We're talking about a system. The church, the government, the institutions of the government. So if the pastor confused about this song, as Georgina say here, Spice never tell children, he never introduced golden shower to them. Golden shower is popularly been spoken about on the internet. You can go type in and you will find a video of it on some explicit website or whatever. Children have those access because, let me tell you about children them. Even if we not put parental whatever upon them phone, Them still use on a date of birth for signing to certain things or for them age wouldn't allow them for signing to. So if Spicer tell them, say, me not take this and me not take that, is an advice, or it would be an influence to say, don't take it. Again, what you resist, persist. They may go on here way, be one, no way, be one, no how. It's how society is. That's why we say guarded debate. No, she never go to go perform. She go there, go have a debate with them. If Dr. Tufton can go see with children them at school, don't forget, say no. And many pedophile teachers are in the same school environment where the pastor not agree to Spice go in. I'm sure you are aware of the happenings of last year involving teacher and student up to a recent one in public. So I don't know where the half-hearted moral argument come from. It's a half-hearted piece of bullshit. And the church must shut them dirty mouth. They're a bunch of whoremongers and warmongers, pedophiles, rapists, and thieves. And the dirty church, the synagogue of Satan, the Luciferians must shut up. We don't want to hear anything from the church. They don't have anything too good to tell us. They are not good people to take example from. They are thieves, rapists, and murderers. All right? So at that tantrum me come out for show this morning. If the church want to drop in the ground and walla, so be bloody it. Hold on our pedophiles and thieves. And leave the girl alone. I don't like her, but leave her. Leave her. What about who rape children? Who are my biggest concern? Because when uno rape children, nobody no believe it, not even the parents, uno wife, nor the congregation. Leave the woman alone. Drunk crow. The church, yes, uno drunk crow. You know the amount of sexual abuse covered up by school and church? Do you know the amount of sexual abuse covered up by school and church, especially the churches? Drunk crow, shut on a mouth, on nothing but a piece of shit. Yes, the church, they're a bunch of shit. Anybody in a modern day, global TV is saying, anybody in a modern day you see a follow church, they are registered fools or registered mad. Nobody with sense now listen to church anymore. You can praise your God at home. You can read your Bible at home. You don't have to go to a place of misogyny, rape, and theft. Figure praise God. Read the Bible and understand it. There's nothing in the Bible called name church. And them make you up for rob, rape, and thief for honor. Thank you very much for being on the moral brigade this morning. Shut up, Jankro. Shut up. Church politician, nor the entertainment industry, none of you have any moral compass to speak on moral. None of you no fit try outdo one another because the whole of no dog shit. The whole of know a Jankro. If you don't know that, welcome to Just Knowing Say. You know a dog shit and Jankro.
Give holy, 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 holy,
Thank you for joining us this morning on What is Moral. Enjoy the rest of your day. I don't know if I might come on tonight because originally I was meant to come on tonight, but it was sticking me to come out during church time and ram raid through the pastors and the church. Thank you very much for being here with us this morning. If we'll come out later, when we see the notification sent out, have a lovely rest of the day. I'm going to have my dinner now because I get up early this morning and cook. My bulgur and peas, coming I enjoy rice and peas all the time. So my bulgur and peas this morning, and my French fry, my chicken wing. So now I'm going to boil my macaroni if I cook my macaroni with steamed veg as my side dish. All right. See you all later. Good morning and good afternoon from the Global Television Group.
If you don't like missing out on the latest shows but still enjoy classic hits, then Global TV Group 358 is your perfect match. Global TV Group 358 isn't just another channel, it's your ultimate TV experience. From breaking news to binge-worthy dramas and timeless classics, we've got it all. Our unique blend of original content and global favorites means there's something for everyone. And guess what? With GTVG's seamless streaming, you can watch anywhere, anytime. Plus, our interactive features let you be part of the action. So, whether you're a seasoned binge watcher or a casual viewer, Global TV Group 358 is here to keep you entertained day and night. Don't just watch TV, experience it with Global TV Group 358. Subscribe now and never miss a moment.